Guys, what are we looking at there? Well, that is the Whirl sharpening system, and Jared sent it to me. We are going to give this thing a spin. So I'm typically not a fan of fixtured sharpening systems, but I think this one might be one that I'm gonna recommend. So let's turn this around. We'll take a good look at it from above, and we're gonna sharpen a knife from start to finish. I'm gonna dull one of my personal knives, my personal kitchen knives, and sharpen it from start to finish. So let's turn it around and get started. All right, guys, what are we looking at? Well, like I said in the intro, this is something Jared sent me. It is called the Whirl, and it is a Whirl sharpening system, but it is really unique. And I have to say that so far, I'm pretty impressed with it. So let's look at what you get. There's another box over here that has some extra stones. These have some wet stones in them, some 3,000 and 6,000 grit stones. And a strop that's in here. But we're gonna look at the main body of the system first. So this is a magnetic block that has a 15 and a 20 degree angle. Now, I did use this once before, and we are going to sharpen with this and take a look at it. But what you're getting here is a ceramic finer stone and a diamond stone on this side that's fairly coarse. Now, the unique thing about this is as you push this, these stones move. So you're not just getting, as you would in a pull through, a singular line going down. A pull through just drags lines this way. You are actually getting somewhat of a proper edge on this. So we're going to look at this. I'm going to show you the other stuff that's in it. I'm going to walk you through how it works, and I'm actually going to sharpen this knife. I may actually find a smaller knife. I'm gonna pick a knife, but strong magnets. I'm gonna make a knife dull for you, and then we're gonna sharpen it back with this, because I'm not a fan of fixtured systems, but for kitchen knives, for the at-home cook, this might be something worth looking at. So give me a second. We'll get everything set up. We'll walk through the other stuff that's in it. I'll get this out of the way, and then we'll take a look at it. So let's take a good close look at this, and I'll tell you why I think this is a little bit different than a lot of the sharpening systems on the market. Like I said, pull-throughs don't ever work. What pull-throughs do is, I have a knife here. This is gonna be the one we sharpen. I'm gonna dull it up. But what happens with a pull-through is the blades are a V, and they just simply bring the material off, but you don't have any actual serrations that are doing the cutting. Like I like to say, a knife is a unidirectional saw blade. So what you get on a pull through is all of their striations just go the length of the blade. You don't have any actual tooth to it, and they take off a lot of material you don't need. This has got a little trick to it. These little rubber O-rings that are on this spin this so that you're actually getting some rotational. You can see it there. I may have to move this. This might pose a problem, but what you get is that actually moves. If you can see the face of that, it's moving like a wheel, which it is, and it's giving you serrations going two different directions. So you are getting some like double directional striations and micro serrations, but that's better than just a straight pull through. So this has a very strong magnetic clasp on here that sets your angle, and you simply just move this back and forth to do your actual sharpening. And then once you've done both sides, then you can switch to this and then go back and forth. Now, they recommend doing one side and then strop and then the other. I don't like doing that. I'd like to just rather do all the grinding first and then all the stropping first. Now, the other thing that this has with it is in this box are two other stones. Now, these are water stones. This is a 6,000 grit extra fine, and this is a 3,000 grit fine. Now, I have to look in the instructions. You may have to wet these. I'm not sure, but they are mounted to a little plate like this, and you basically just take these off, and then you've got four different grits in one thing. Now, this is not light. I'm going to tell you, this feels very well made. But I'm kind of impressed with this at first blush. That big knife you saw in the first video, I actually used it and just to give it a test run, and I was fairly impressed with the result I got. So let's go ahead and just I'll put it away later. Let's get these out of the way. We are actually going to sharpen a knife with this and see what kind of result we get. So I am going to, this knife has been used a lot. This is just a cheap Ginsu Chakra series paring knife that we have here around the house, which actually is a pretty good paring knife. But we're gonna give it a shot on this. So the first things first, let me get everything set up, and we're gonna dull this knife, and then we're gonna walk it through this sharpening and see how this works, so I can show you guys. I've already tried it. I'm pretty impressed with it. All right, guys, let's go ahead and do this. I have got this set up. I have the other two stones that are ready, the 3,000, 6,000. We're gonna take these all the way. We're gonna take this knife all the way to 6,000 grit. Now, this is a fairly cheap Ginsu Chakra series paring knife. It's not a bad paring knife. It's just a cheap knife. So I imagine we're gonna need to put a fairly, we'll go with a 20 degree on this. We'll see. But the first things first, I have got to do something that I hate and despise to do, but I'm gonna dull this knife completely for you guys on this ceramic rod, and you can see all those black marks. That means I've taken off that edge. Let's see, can you see? Oh yeah, it's a dull. Oh, there is no edge left on that. That is so dull. So let's go ahead, and we're gonna get this ceramic rod out of the way. Let's go ahead and start on this, and we'll just do a 20 degree. We'll start with the diamond side of this. It is dirty. Jared sent it kind of dirty. So we'll get that done. We'll do a 20 degree on it. You can see, gosh, it is so dull. So basically all you do is stick that on there. There's your 20 degree angle. You take your diamond side first, and you just run it the length of the blade. So that was 30. Oh yeah, it definitely formed a burr already. So we're just gonna flip this. Now they say to do, the way they say to do it is to do everything on one side, to do all your passes with this one, and then come back and do this, then flip it. I don't like the idea of that. I want to remove the burr. I don't want to refine that edge if it's coarse on one side. So that's 40 passes right there. Let's see where we're at on that. So it definitely formed a burr. Now the tip of this knife is bent. I'm not going to complain about that. And the heel of this is never been sharp. It's always been dull. So it's only sharp from here to about here. You can see the weird grind on it, but it definitely formed a burr the full length. So let me grab this rag here. I'll wipe this down. What we're going to do is, I formed the burr, so let's go ahead and get that knife on there, and we're going to use the ceramic side of it to hone it. It's definitely taking off material. Let's look at that. How's it look? That's a finer scratch. That is definitely a finer scratch pattern than that. You can see the difference from side to side. We're gonna, like I said, take this all the way up to 6,000. We'll see how that works out. I'm having problems with autofocus again. So hopefully I can keep it in focus. Use this one. We'll do 40 on this side as well. So there's that. Let's go ahead, take a look at that edge. Guys, that knife is sharp. That is still got, it formed a burr on this side. So if I was freehand sharpening, I'd do a burr removal stroke right now, but we're not going to. So here's the next trick this has. These unscrew. So we'll take this one off. This is our coarse one. Put that over there, and we'll put this one's a 3,000, and it just screws in. And then we'll take off this ceramic honing plate, and we're gonna, would you stop making noises? We're gonna put these off to the side, and we're gonna put this 6,000 on, and we're gonna see what kind of an edge we get. And then it has a strop that came with it that Jared sent with it as well. It's in the box that these were in. So this is your 3,000, this is your 6,000. Let's go ahead and see if we can refine this edge a little bit more with the 3,000, 6,000. So 3,000, let's go ahead and get started. So that's 20. Let's definitely kick the burr over. Let's do 20 on this side. Now it says in the instructions, it says to do a minute on this side, then a minute on the other side. I don't really like the idea of doing it like that because depending on how fast you're going and things like that, you can get an uneven edge. Still a bit of a burr. Let's do a couple real quick light passes and see if we can knock that burr off. That's pretty much burr free. That is sharp. That is really sharp. Let's go ahead and switch to the 6,000 and we'll see what kind of finished product we get. I'm not going to try and say that this is not a good system. I'm typically not a fan of fixtured systems, but this one seems to be getting the job done. Like I said, that tip is bent. You can hear the very tip of that. I'm not even worried about the tip on this knife. The tip of this knife has never been sharp. It was dull when I got it. It was given to me by a friend, and it came out of the package. It was a thoughtful gift. I had said something about needing a good paring knife, and they sent this, and it came bent. So, as I would expect from a quality product like Ginsu. But it is a good paring knife. It does a really good job. So, let's take a look at what we got there. That's a 6,000 grit edge, and I have to say that is very, very, very sharp. It still has a little bit of a burr, so we're going to use the strop that came with it. Let's set that over there. We'll hit this side to knock the burr off. Maybe I'll set that on there like that, and we'll see. I can definitely feel the burr on that hitting the leather, but it's not horrible. Let's go ahead and use the loaded side. So now we took that knife and made it incredibly dull, and I'm going to tell you, I'm not unimpressed with this. Let me grab a piece of paper. Hang out right there. Let me grab a piece of paper. Give it a quick test to see. Guys, that is, I mean, if you're just hanging out in the kitchen and you just need to touch your knives up, I have to say that is appearing to have done a bang up job for like 7 minutes worth of work. You got all the stones you need. You just have to clean these. I think as a favor to Jared, I'm going to try and clean these up. These are a type of water stone, and it says to rub them together to clean it up. I tried that. It didn't do anything. I'm going to clean these up. I'll probably use Barkeeper's Friend and do an actual flattening on them for him since, he was kind enough to send us. But yeah, guys, I'm pretty impressed. I'm honestly impressed with this. I'm glad we decided to give it a whirl. Yeah. Any rate, guys, let's turn this around and do some final thoughts, and then I'll send you out about your day. But I can honestly say I definitely dig this. So there you go, guys. I am honestly impressed with that. I am very impressed with that. As soon as I can get a hold of the company and get an affiliate link, I will start putting it in, because I think for the majority of people in the kitchen, that would be about perfect. You only need the two angles, 15 and 20. That's a pretty good setup. So I am pleasantly surprised. I'd seen systems similar to this on Instagram and places like that. This is a very, very good version of what I think I probably saw was garbage. So only issue I see, not cleaning your magnetic plates off. You're gonna get scratches on some knives. So if it's high-end, high-polished things you're working on, I would be careful. So guys, that's pretty much it on this one, on this Tuesday evening. If you guys like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down. That's a definite tool that I can use, but I gotta know what you didn't like. So please tell me. If you wanna support the channel, it's as simple as like, share, subscribe, drop a comment, hit the bell icon. If you do hit the bell icon, make sure you get notifications set to all and make sure that you've got your notifications turned on your device, or you will not get notified of the 2 videos I'm trying to put up Monday through Friday. Other ways you can support it if you want to try and do it financially, there is a ton of affiliate links down below. It's like self-sponsorship. Anything you purchase with the affiliate links down below, even if it's not the item you clicked on for the Amazon links, I get credit for it. And it doesn't cost you anything extra at checkout. And I have 2 of them that have a discount. Coffee Brand Coffee, 5% of your overall order if you use my affiliate link or the coupon code CrazySharp, all caps, all one word. And the other one is Atlas VPN currently is running 84% off through the holidays for $44 for 2 years of a very good VPN. Other ways you can do it, I have a membership down below where you can get in on tier-based benefits. Everyone has access to the Gilded server, which is just like Discord. It's just a fun place for us all to hang out. Baseline and premium tier members are entered into giveaways I do on the Gilded server. And premium tier members have access to a sharpening tutorial series here on YouTube that only you can access through the paywall by being a premium member. And the final way is I have a merchandise store on Ember Shirt Co. where you can pick up my merchandise or other creators' merchandise at a discount of 10% if you use my coupon code CrazySharp, all one word, capital C, capital S, CrazySharp, saves you 10% at checkout. If you send me pictures of you wearing my merchandise, I'll put them in a video. Guys, that's it on this one. I love you all. Keep it clean in the comments section. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I will see you in the next video.